Hello everyone, it's Hoped and welcome to my next video on demand. It's probably been a while since I've uploaded any video on demand, and I've actually been slacking on it as we've been working on Mythic Nazal. So this here is our Mythic Carapace Kill. I'm going to do this a little bit differently than what I normally do. Normally when you see my videos on the Mythic boss kills during raid, I will explain the strat, explain everything that we're doing in the very beginning, and then just let the video roll. The complexities of this fight are going to make that a little bit harder, so what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to pause and give commentary throughout this fight, so everyone that is progressing on this can follow along. Due to the nature of where corruption is this late into the tier, if you're progressing on this now or are getting ready to, the way guilds did it in the very beginning, when corruption was still new, versus the way it's being done now and where corruption is at, is going to be a lot different. So let's go ahead and get started and we'll go over everything. So at the start, take the Fury, and we're actually going to pull him into the middle. A lot of guilds and a lot of stuff you see them being pulled to the entrance there. We're actually not going to do that anymore and pull him here into the middle section here, and I'll explain why in just a moment. So first you see the madness bombs. At this point you should know what they are. So you just get out, spread, no one else gets hit by them. Two stacks, and we're taunting right here. So what we did is we split the raid into 3 sets. So one of the tanks, along with our hunters, our demon hunters, and 2 of our healers went to the north side, so where the first eye is. Our 2 warlocks went to the south side, so in reality having the 2 warlocks here is extremely important to have. If the warlocks are having issues with ad management, you can also send one of your demon hunters down as well to the south side to help with the ad management, to be kind of a pseudo tank. For our mages, you kind of see here in the corner here, this is one of our mages here getting ready to combust. I firmly believe that combusting on the Fury is not a good thing. None of the fire mages should be doing it. The fire mages should be gearing up and combusting on the Fury / the Eye, and then the Eye up here. So we had 2 fire mages. We split them up where we had 1 fire mage to the north side, and he combusted on that Eye. And then this other fire mage here combusted on the Fury, which I spread the ignite through all of the ads and through all the cyst on the tentacles. We had 2 healers at the top, 2 healers in the middle. We ran our Holy Priest and our Resto Druid in the middle here because their heals, if they needed to do their healing CDs, would reach both groups. If you have a monk tank, your monk tank should always be in the middle with the statue selected. Having the statue there to help with aggro from the healers is so important to have right now during this section right here. So we tanked the Fury in the middle, and the reason we did that is because there is 4 hemorrhages that we had to attack, as well as an eye. Whereas on the north side, it's 1 eye and 2 hemorrhages. So from a standpoint of what needs damage down, there's more in the middle. And the Fury, we were just cleaving off of him on everything else. So we just tanked him in the middle. I know some guilds do it up north, that's fine. But from just an overall standpoint, I would say doing it here is best. So you see our first big healing CD with the Spirit Link there. So where DPS is, we're actually slowing DPS right now at 66%. The reason being is once it gets to 50, it transitions, and with the next set of tentacles coming down, if you just keep pushing here, you're not going to get it to where you need to be for the right push compared to where the madness bombs come out. So slow DPS, everything goes down. Now the focus here are the eyes, then the hemorrhages. So we get the 1 hemorrhage, the second one, And then again, on the south side, we kind of broke it up a little bit, where we put our 2 warlocks, one mage, which was our frost mage, and our 2 demon hunters. They went to the south side immediately to deal with all of that. So then there's the transition. We did it wrong in our kill, where you see those madness bombs. You want to do it where you're actually, the madness bombs are cleared before you actually go down there. This ended up being our kill, but normally you didn't want to do this. So this next section here, phase 2 of it, this is going to be where a lot of guilds are going to spend most of their time on. And where we spent most of our time on with this, I think we did this in 96 pulls, was getting the damage profile correctly. So in this phase, you want to split your DPS and your healers to deal with all of the assist and everything that is in this. The problem with this is both sides have to be done at relatively the exact same time to drop down into phase 3. And then the second piece of that is making sure you're splitting your DPS evenly enough that you all are also getting down at the same time. So what we did is we actually put our cleave classes to the right because they're all grouped together, and then we put our more single targets to the left. So our cleave classes were our mages, our demon hunters. We had 1 tank and then 2 healers, and then everyone else to the left. So you can see here, as my point of view as I went left, go right into the synthesis. Now the thing is with these cysts is once you start attacking them, you see they're growing back. They have 10 seconds. And once they grow back all the way, there's going to be a big red circle that is going to spawn back after a little bit. And then when that happens, you cannot be in those red circles because it does a lot of damage. So you want to make sure you tag them at the right time. So we had our hunters solely on these with their pets to start attacking them to clear them out. So you can see you're getting the madness bombs too there. That weak aura is actually, and then the red circles you see down below. So you have to make sure that you're popping all of the cysts at the right time to make sure that they're not overlapping. Spread for the madness bombs. Break these shields. And then once these shields break and both sides are done, those cysts go away. So you can see that was done at exactly the right time. If you have a Resto Shaman right there, Windrush Totem. So this next section here is actually really important as well, is where you're going to be placing the Fury for the rest of this. So what we did is I sat here for a little bit to tank him here to help the black damage from his AoE spread. I forget the infinite darkness from spreading and getting too far away. So while I am tanking him here, the rest of the group is running forward and our lock gate's getting set up. So there it is. And then our weak aura move. So you can, I'm going to pause it right here. So you see where the infinite darkness is, right? The black stuff on the ground there. That is going to be extremely important on manage it during this part. Especially this one, because this is going to be one of the skinnier slivers that you're going to be in for DPSing. You're going to want to make sure that that does not get over into this area. If it does, it's going to be a very, very tight fit to get everyone in. So we did it really good right there. DPSing the boss, DPSing the boss. Insanity bomb. So this is where everyone's spreading. You see people here on the top right of my screen running out. They're actually going on the opposite side of those cysts to make sure that we have room. So then you see the tentacle slam, and then I finally spread for the madness bomb. Me going in there is okay, it doesn't hurt. I dropped my ox statue down. We did a stun here. Dodge the slam. Link here, and then those were our pots, so our speed pots. This is the big section here to get on the boss and start DPSing here. So we'll see we're at 40% now. That's where we want to be. Once you get out of phase 2, if he's between 40 and 50%, you have a really, really good opportunity to kill. He's at 38 now. We're collecting the orbs for sanity. So this section here is actually the biggest section. You're going to see here you have so much room. So you should not have any DPS on the other side of the cyst. Everyone should be on this inside here. The range are starting to spread. The melee stays. That hits. Bring everything back together. The darkness comes. This is Windrush Totem. So move. And again, that was another great placement here. Hero is popped now. This is a hard part here because he's casting here, so he's going to sit in the red for just a little bit. So your melee may be out of room a little bit for just a moment. Warlock gate set up there for the next movement because your gate should be up. Everyone's DPSing, and this is where you're blowing everything. Your Warlocks now should be hitting the cyst to make it go faster through. So they're good, so now our gates are easily be able to get through. Watch the cyst, watch the slam. And we should be moving now. So everyone moves. I missed the click there on the gate there, but I'm a tank, so I just ended up speeding over there and using some defensives. Everyone made it through except for 2. So we have all the adds there. We have 1 battle res, so we end up getting one of our hunters up. And this is just the final burn phase. 5%. We lost our healer there though, but it's okay. This is just straight damage. Lost our second healer at 1%, and then that is the kill right there. So a lot of things go on with that fight. There is a lot of movement, a lot of stuff going on. Like I said, the phase 1, not a lot of issues. You're not going to be spending a lot of time on phase 1. You're going to be spending a lot of time on phase 2, just making sure you're getting the group split right, and you guys are having to come down at the same time. And then you'll be spending a little bit of time of phase 3 on getting the positioning right of the Warlock Gate. The Warlock Gate coming up the ramp is the most important part to get, along with the tank, making sure the Infinite Darkness is being dropped in the right spot. So as you're running up, the Warlock Gate should be in the middle of the fighting arena, but to the middle right of the arena. So there might be 2 steps and then a click. If anyone goes early, it's going to mess up the Infinite Darkness. That's where we spent a lot of our time on too once we got phase 2 cleared. Once we got into phase 3, we actually cleaned the Warlock Gate up really quick. Got the speed pot going really quick, the Windrush going really well, and then the hero at the end. So we actually have probably only spent 2 nights once we got into phase 3 cleanly. We only, probably a night and a half on phase 3. Most of our time was spent on phase 2. I hope this video helps anyone that's progressing on this right now. If you have any questions, you can always @ me on Twitter or find me on Twitch. You can also leave the comments below. I hope everyone enjoyed.